What'd you see from Judkins? I know he's still a work in progress, and I would assume it'll be significantly better because he'll have walkthroughs and things that he didn't have last week. What did you see when you watched him?
Well, he's a big, fast kid. I didn't realize until this year I was not as high on him as some of the people that I did draft stuff with, including yourself. I know you were high on him as well. I liked Henderson better, but the first thing you see when you go see him in person, you're standing next to him and talking to him, is how big he is, especially his lower body. He's got great burst. He's got great suddenness in the hole. So he's got small running back skills, but he's in a big running back body. So and that size will allow him to stay healthy. And obviously, as his running, power's power, counter's counter, all the plays that he's running with the Browns, they run the same plays at Ohio State. There's only so many plays you run in football. But what he'll learn is he'll learn the angles of his linemen. He'll learn how to set up his linemen, and then obviously pass protection will allow him to play all three downs. He's a guy who's really talented, though. I'm super impressed with his physical stature, and then the things he can do. And you saw some of those runs, and you're right. Some of those are in garbage time, but for him that gets his confidence going, and he's only getting it better. That's the worst Junkins you'll see because he had one day of practice.
The other thing that impressed me, he was patient. A lot of times the guy will get a little antsy and try to get up in it, and he had the right balance between getting upfield, he wasn't dancing, and being patient and letting blockers set up.
Well, that credit goes to Ohio State because Ohio State runs, the duo. They run zone, they run pin and pull, counter, power, all the stuff that Kevin Stefanski runs. Ohio State runs too. In fact, all football teams run it. But at Ohio State and the teams that Ohio State plays, he's run it at a very, very high level. Not the NFL level, but as close as it can get coming into the NFL. So he understands, double teams and where those guys need to go on the second level and things like that. So yeah, his patience. I was really impressed with his patience just because I thought he'd be antsy, but he's a back, and the running game will not be an issue for him. It's the conditioning, playing over 4 quarters, and pass protection. Those will be the things that come along the slowest.